How's it going, guys? It's Alex Moore from Kia, right in Eastern Maryland, and today I'm going to give my opinion on the 2021 Kia Telluride. This is the SX with the Prestige package and the Dark Moss with the Nightfall edition for 2021, guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into it a little bit today, give you my thoughts and overview of the vehicle. All right, guys, let's get into it. All right, guys, and first off, I noticed that the wheels are a little bit different. So compared to the 2020 model, the Nightfall edition gave you these 20-inch black alloys, which was available on the SX for 2020. But on this Nightfall edition, you see that they go with a different styling. So of course, in the comments, go ahead and let me know what you guys think about the new wheel styling on the Nightfall edition. Really clean, I believe, especially from a distance. It still gives off the rendering of, aggressive black alloy, 20 inches. Still looks really great. All right, guys, now let's go ahead and get into the front of the vehicle. Of course, we're showing off this front grille. Kia keeps it kind of iconic with most of their designs. So of course on this one, they're kind of representing the tiger face. But going into it, you have this nice matte black, kind of dominant color on the front grille with a nice gloss black trim kind of going around it as well. Looks really good. And color matching with the Telluride logo on the front kind of brings it all together, guys. Of course, on the SX, you have your orange daytime halos, looks really good, and your LED fog lamps on the front. What do you guys think about this new front grille? Reminder, this is the Nightfall edition. And you can see it kind of really ties together when you see the rim style with it as well. And let's see what else is going on in this bad boy. All right, guys, now we're getting into the back of the vehicle, and I want to go ahead and showcase off the back. Of course, tying in with the Nightfall, you have smoked out logos all across the back of the vehicle, your all-wheel drive badge, of course your Telluride and Kia badge, and your SX V6, all smoked out. And I think the way it sits on top of the model screen looks really good, guys. I think it definitely complements and goes along with the theme. And of course, we're going to go ahead and get into the interior of the vehicle. First off, we actually will go ahead and start with the back. Of course, expecting a one-touch liftgate with this vehicle. Of course, you're going to get that with this kind of trim. And then boom, guys. So let's get into it and see what we've got going on in here. All right, guys, so now that we're inside the cabin, it's looking, smells great, new car smell. We just got this car off the lot the other day. We had two Tellurides come in, one sold within 2 days, and the SX Nightfall edition is still here with us. This is why I got the chance to make this video, because actually they usually sell before I get my hands on them, or if I'm selling it myself. Regardless, I didn't get to make a video, so here we go. I got the opportunity, so let's go ahead and get into the front dash and show off some features up here in the front. Let's go. So one thing I want to go ahead and get into first is your tachometer. Of course, every car has this, it's mandatory. But one thing I like to show off is this middle screen right here. It's combined with some extra cameras on the outside of the car, which combines with your left blinker, gives you left side camera, and then vice versa, also on your right side. Guys, I can't explain to you how much my customers value this. Of course, the vehicle does come with the blind spot monitors on both sides, but guys, this is just an extra boost of confidence when you know you're on the road and you have sensors and cameras kind of keep an eye on you when you take these extra turns. So I really appreciate that feature right there. Of course, zooming out a little bit onto your steering wheel controls, you do have your distance, space, and cruise control with stop and go technology, so you can come to a complete stop and then resume off and then slow down when you're approaching other cars that are going slower speeds than you. Of course, over here you have your phone call controls, answer, decline phone calls, of course, but everything else is kind of kept nice and simple. You do have your heated steering wheel control right over here, which is not located on the steering wheel. And this thing cooks up extremely, extremely fast, guys. So let's go ahead and get into the infotainment system setup, guys. All right, now we have a 10.25-inch touchscreen display, really high resolution. Of course, you have your 3-screen display setup. I'm sorry for the shakiness. Of course, you can have your navigation, medias, weather apps, and stuff like that. Of course, you can take over with your navigation. Guys, a lot of people, I hear, like a lot of my customers, I've been using the Apple CarPlay feature and the Android Auto. It's still remaining pretty dominant. They do updates on it, and it looks extremely clean. But of course, if you're not having your smartphone plugged into that USB port right there, you can use the built-in navigation on the screen. All right, now dropping a little bit lower, you have your AC setup. Now you have your dual zone climate on this side and that side. Of course, you can sync it to be together. And then you have this really nice, like silver, like platinum kind of look and trim, and these are your shortcut buttons right here, guys, so you can go ahead and shortcut to like maps, navigation, radio, and I think it looks extremely clean. Got your hazard button right here in the middle, looks really good. Dropping down a little bit lower, you have your heated seat and ventilated seat controls for your driver and passenger side. Getting in down here, you have a wireless phone charging mount. Of course, you have to have a phone that can be compatible with it, but most phones nowadays are. and then you have your USB port plug-in. Now that's for your Android Auto and Apple CarPlay features. Of course, you have 2 other charger ports as well to go along with it. Kind of zooming out a little bit, getting it down here. A couple of different drive modes for you guys. You have a comfort, a sport mode, and a smart mode, eco, and snow. And of course, smart will kind of, after you pick up your driving patterns, it'll kind of switch back and forth based on how you've driven in the past. Of course, being an all-wheel drive vehicle, you do have your all-wheel drive lock. Come down here a little bit lower, you have your parking brake and auto hold, and a couple other features down here that you'll like to use, which we'll get into another time. And then, like I said, guys, this kind of like silver, kind of platinum kind of trim goes all the way around, and kind of you see that highlighted throughout like your driver handle. But for the most part, it's not too much chrome going on. That brown and this nice wood grain finish remain dominant throughout the whole cabin. All right, let's get into the seating and trim. All right, guys, getting into the interior of the cabin, you do have a 12-way power adjustable seat for your driver, and then still showcasing that nice brown Napa leather throughout the whole cabin. And guys, these seats look and feel amazing. I love the way, I definitely will be owning a Telluride in the future. Definitely just gonna enjoy my car. I got my little Acura over there. When I start growing my family, I definitely will be looking at a vehicle this size, and definitely looking at the Telluride. Of course, you have that nice brown Napa trim going throughout the whole cabin on the doors. Plenty of space up here for the front passengers. I love it. That's one of the biggest things that attracts people to this vehicle. All right, guys, let's go ahead and check out the back of the car. And here we are in the second row. First thing you guys will notice is the second row captain chairs. Another big thing that attracts people to the Telluride, and you can get the captain chair package on a couple of other trims. You don't have to have the SX or Nightfall edition to get that. Showing off that nice brown Napa leather, of course, and then the side panels and the doors going along, right along with it. You do have your Harman Kardon sound system throughout the whole cabin. Really good sound quality. And of course, you have your captain chair armrest, which can go up and down and lock to go along with the comfort. Now, being part of the SX Prestige package, guys, the heated and ventilated second row chairs are part of that package. So you do have your heated and ventilated chairs in the back seats as well. And then you also have a nice little sun guard on both of your doors back here. So adds to the comfort, guys. It's amazing. Definitely luxury. Now let's go ahead and see how convenient it is and check out the third row. All right, guys, so if you notice on both of these seats back here, you have 2 buttons, one by the top shoulder, and then you have one by your left leg. Now you can just go ahead and give this a little click, and watch how easy this guy is. I didn't really have to do anything. I'm actually putting a little resistance against it where I was clicking it, but shoots forward, and then you have plenty of space to go ahead and get into the third row. Gorgeous looking third row, still showing off that nice brown leather. And then back here you have some nice cup holders for your back passengers, some charger ports. Definitely a lot more space compared to these other 3-row SUVs. And this is why this vehicle is definitely dominating the 3-row SUV market. I'm gonna go ahead and push it back. All I'm gonna do is push it back a little bit, click it, and then you have another little adjuster back here. Go ahead, click her back. Also getting in here, of course, you know, which is on the Tellurides, your USB ports located in the left and right side. And then, I don't know the correct name for this port. I call it the house outlet. But I know it's very convenient for plugging in anything. You guys could plug in a vacuum or anything like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a view on what the vehicle looks like from the third row. So give me 1 second. All right, guys, now you see what it looks like as a third row passenger. Like I said, it's designed for the smaller of the passengers, but I'm 6'1", and this is not where I would like to be for like a long car trip. But at the end of the day, for a smaller passenger, they would absolutely love it. Plenty of cargo and technology throughout the whole cabin. One thing I want to show off is just the quality. This headliner of suede, look at the different contrast of textures. Smooth is out. You get a rough, and guys, this just feels amazing. Of course, you have your AC vents back here for the third row in the ceilings. That way, you know, no one's suffocating back here. But guys, you know, small things like this is why this vehicle is definitely taking over the market. They can't sit on the lot long. They go before we can get them in most of the time. And I just want to see what your guys' opinions are. So drop in the comments what you guys think about this Nightfall edition. And I really appreciate you guys watching today. And make sure you guys like and subscribe to see some future stuff. I am a 21-year-old salesman here in Maryland, and I'll be giving some tips and some of my reviews on how it's been in the business and some other things. So go ahead and subscribe and stay tuned for more, guys. All right, peace.